Okay. So, here we are with Theo Armour, and we just spoke in French about Jenga. So now we're gonna talk about it in English. So Theo, I'm gonna put you through the drill again in English.
That's fine,
Okay.
Aline. Just thank you for having me on.
Okay. So Theo, it's a pleasure first of all to have heard you speak French. It's very fluent,
Thank
so
you.
I can tell you have lived there.
I have, yes.
Okay. So I would like first to introduce yourself. You are a person who right now builds some
I'm a
kind
software programmer,
You are,
web-based.
you are okay, and you are working on different projects, and you just came out with one
That's
recently.
right.
Okay, so can you tell me what is something that you released 10 days ago? What is it?
Okay. The website is Janga,
Okay.
JAANGA.com.
Yeah.
And what it's all about is how to look at huge amounts of numbers
Yeah.
in 3D, in real time, and see everything animated and find new kinds of tendencies, new ways of looking at data in a 3D real-time manner,
Okay.
all on your browser.
Yeah. And let's show maybe a view of that too.
Right, okay.
Okay. So why is that useful?
It's a way of, traditionally we look at things one at a time.
Okay.
Here we're looking at 500 stocks.
Okay.
Every stock on the Standard & Poor 500. When the markets are open,
Yeah.
all of these stocks are moving, progressing around the screen.
Up and down.
They're actually moving across the terrain.
Oh my God.
They start at the bottom and they march their way up the field.
Oh my God. Okay. So
And
here they are.
Here they are, right.
So is that what you mean by they are moving?
Well, they're not because the markets are closed.
Oh, okay. But here on
Right.
the readout,
As you move your mouse over,
so
you can get
here's
the
Apple.
readout.
Everybody knows Apple.
Right.
So it's the highest one because
The highest market capitalization. It's the most valuable stock on the stock market today.
$545 per stock.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one that's big.
Another
is,
big one is Exxon,
Okay.
XOM symbol.
Oh my God.
But as you
And
move
then
all
of the
over,
others are smaller.
right? Yeah.
IBM is big.
Right. Yes. So as you're moving over each stock, it's going out to the internet and grabbing the data. In this case, off of Yahoo,
Yeah.
and you can see how each stock is doing. But
Okay.
you're seeing it in comparison to the others.
Oh.
To the left, those are the people that have lost money,
Oh my God.
and to the ones to the right are the ones that are gaining money.
Oh, there.
Yeah, that's losers and gainers.
So you may as well invest here, right?
Right. Yes. Make lots of money.
Okay. So, wow, that's amazing. That's very, very exciting.
And it's free and it's open source.
Yeah.
And anybody can play with it and anybody can get access to it and anybody can learn how to use it and improve it.
Wow. Is there sometime a stock that's up one day and is down the next day?
The interesting thing is it's fascinating to watch all of them move together.
Oh, I see.
They do like a dance with each other.
Wow.
They all sort of go
Mm-hmm.
as a group. When people say the market is down, it's quite amazing. They've all 500 will be going down. Well, not all 500.
Okay.
There'll be some going the other way.
Okay.
So, but the mass is going in one direction, and then there are about 20 or 30 outliers
Oh.
that are
So
doing.
it's a game to you.
Oh, it's a wonderful game,
Oh, wow.
and trying to predict how this game is going. That's
Yeah, that's a long story.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that you are.
You can see it for once.
Okay. So basically, if I understand well, you're a daytime trader too?
I'm a long-term trader. I find that it's very difficult to program.
It's exciting.
The program is exciting enough.
Yeah.
You cannot trade and program at the same time.
Yeah. You may as well. I mean, what do you do most?
I program.
Oh, you prefer to
Right.
program. Okay.
Because I'm concerned more about looking at numbers.
Okay.
Numbers coming off the internet.
Okay.
And I hope you're seeing the stock demo. But next week I will have a demo showing weather.
Oh, okay.
I've got the data from 1,860 airports.
Wow.
Every airport in America.
Yeah.
All the weather, humidity, wind speed, all of that.
That's very
20
useful.
for 2 years. Okay, that's
Yeah.
15 million data points,
Wow.
and I can show that to you in 3D, moving around in fascinating ways in a minute.
Yeah, but what most people are concerned is how their airport is doing the day they travel.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
So is that what you showed too?
I'm more about the big picture. Let's think about climate change.
Okay.
How would we know that the climate is changing? It's not the temperature at one airport. It's the temperature at thousands of airports that we have to sort of balance and gauge.
Okay.
And look at the whole tendency.
Okay.
And that's the big picture is what I'm trying to show in all of this.
Okay. So basically, this is not the purpose of your program is not to help people travel better.
No, it's help scientists understand better.
Okay, it's mostly for a small group of people then.
Probably. I think, on the other hand, when we go back to the stock market.
Yeah, that's
right,
for everybody.
Because we're seeing, we're so used to seeing one stock at a time. Here we're looking at 500 stocks, and we can see the whole movement. I think that's going to open up the possibilities for you and me to watch the operation of a market.
Yeah, that's
in a more human, personal, real way than looking at just numbers on a screen. Mm-hmm. Numbers are just sort of a reductionist thing.
Right.
This is
it move. It's more visual.
Holistic, right?
Yeah, but for the weather, let's say I'm in New York and I want to go and travel there. I want to know if there's going to be a storm in New York. I can watch your program.
I've been working on this for a while, but this is the first version. I don't even know how I'm going to use it yet.
Okay.
I've been interested in gathering the data and just showing it.
But it's in real time.
It is in real time, yes.
Okay, so I can know today what's the weather in Chicago?
I guess you can, but I think what's more interesting is what is the weather in the United States?
Who
and
cares?
Again,
I'm only interested in the ones I'm traveling.
Right. I think my software is better for the climate person than it is for the traveler.
Okay.
The one who's looking at a longer period.
The guy who's
studying climate change, global warming, for example.
Oh, I see.
Or whether you get
the weatherman.
The weatherman, right? Who's trying to gauge is there going to be a bad storm over the United States?
Yeah.
More than the individual place. I'm trying to gather the data from huge amounts of area. And again, the fascinating thing is that when I've been looking at the weather data, is how much the weather moves together. If the weather's bad in the United States, it tends to be bad throughout the whole United States.
Okay.
There's also tendencies and clustering of data that we would never see on a map.
Okay.
So you'll see that next week when I get it up.
Okay. So my question is, isn't it better to make it more useful to the 300 million Americans than to make it useful only to a small group of people?
Well, yes, this is always an interesting computer question. Do you program for the next generation of programmers, or do you program for some kind of mass market thing? I don't know yet. I'm just inventing these new tools and using them for the first time. We've never had this kind of technology before. We've never been able to do fast, real-time 3D in your browser and be able to get data off the internet. So this technology just did not exist 10 months ago.
Okay.
In the old days, you had to download some special software, get special access rights to certain servers. It was so much more complicated. What I'm opening up is an inexpensive, extremely fast way of doing data visualizations. We've never had this before.
Okay, but it has to be useful.
It does.
For example, the stock market, I can see myself
using it. Right.
I can see myself using it. For the weather,
we will see.
It's a game. It looks like a game to me.
And it could be, right. Maybe that might be a fun use for it. Can we bet on the weather?
It's it's like visual and all that stuff.
Right.
But if it is in real time, then everybody should be able to
watch it and be able. And then what would happen is I would write a post processor that analyzing the data as it comes in and begins to make a prediction about the weather in your particular locale. but based on the weather of the whole United States. It might be able to say, well, the chances are the weather in your corner of the world is looking good or looking not so good.
Oh, okay, okay. So the weathermen usually show a few parts of the United States.
Right.
If it's a
And they show it on a map.
They show it on the map.
And
So would
I'm releasing the data from the map. I'm
on,
using.
Oh, what does it look like? Tell us.
Well, I'm going to have to come back and talk to you and show you.
Okay.
It's think of a flock of birds.
Okay.
It swirls in 3D.
Oh, it
In
does.
a cloud, like a flock of birds change. You know how the shape changes, but it's still a shape.
I see.
It's not random.
Okay.
You'd think it would fill up the whole screen. It doesn't. It does move in a big glob in a 3D space.
It shows a cloud moving.
It shows like a cloud moving, but that's the weather of the temperatures of the United States.
I think I've seen that on CNN. The thing moving kind of thing.
But in 2D, this is in 3D. It's literally like a flock of birds in 3D.
Oh, 3D.
In 3D that you can, well, 3D on the screen that you can, just like the stock one, you can move and see all sides underneath it, inside, zoom in and out.
So what you're saying is what we see currently is in only 2D.
That's right.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So all the station will buy that then.
If I make something exciting enough, I think, and they won't even need to buy it. It's free open source. If what will happen is, I hope, is that the software will need to be customized, because one station would want to see things one way, and other station might want their logo and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So the customization, the training, the support, the installation, usually that's what people, the extras will pay. But the software itself
will be viewable by anyone.
By viewable, usable, editable by anyone.
Okay. So
we do this is the way we do things with computer languages. If you're using C++ or Java,
uses it.
The language itself is free. But then to go to school and have custom software, people pay for that.
Okay, got it. So if a station show more of a country or more of a city,
right, and
you can show that more.
That's right.
Okay, that
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.